Hello, my name is IESHUA Juarez Bravo. Today I'm going to talk about some topic that we saw in this quarter in our English class. All right. I have to say before we start that I will check my watch really often. It's only the hour because I have no one to help me with this video, so I have to check the time really often to be in time of each of the topics. We're gonna start with type of music. Type of music, it's something really easy, right? We have some kind of music, really a lot of types of music. We have metal, you have thrash metal, you have pop, you have rock pop, you have metal pop that exists honestly. You have K-pop, you have jazz, you have blue. You have all these types of music. I mean, music is a really big world, okay? And there are a lot of types of music. I'm going to talk one of my favorites, that is pop rock. We have bands like Imagine Dragons. They have this song like Believer, like Mouth of the River, right? And this thing, share this part of the music that it is really gummy, like you remember that part, like, babe, you made me a believer, bum, bum, bum. Like that part, your brain literally remembers that part. And pop has this thing that it is almost the same beat and an easy beat, but you remember that, right? You can remember easily that sometime when you may, I don't know, driving in your car, and you will start to remember that song, that beat, and you say, oh yeah, that kind of music is pop. You will remember that part so easily. All right, then the next topic that we're gonna talk about is determinators. All of you, most of you, a lot of you, some of you, none of you, etc. All right, we're using this thing when we are talking about most of the time a group of something. Okay, all of these ones, most of these ones, a lot of these ones, I have to say, like, some of my friends can speak English, but a lot of them do not. Like, that's the use that we can say is when we want to a group, maybe our group of friends, maybe a group of fruits, like, oh, like, most of the orange that I don't know, most of the orange that I paid yesterday are really juicy, but some of those are not, okay? And we can say with that part, we can say that, and it is totally correct, right? All right, we're gonna jump to the next one and ask and giving suggestions. All right, we're gonna talk about the thing that we saw in the book. We're not talking specifically of this thing of, oh, you should have a right, that thing, no. And this is something it's something easier, like, yeah, I'm in a new city, I don't really know where I am really, but this city feels really nice, so I'm gonna ask this guy, hey, I'm new in this city, what do you suggest to do in a Saturday? Maybe, it is sunny and what do do you suggest? No, and then he can say, oh, I suggest you to visit this store of, summer t-shirts. All right, it is a really nice place, and right now, because the time, and have a really great sales for all these all these clothes that we usually use in summer or something like that. Like, it's that kind of suggest. We are not using that, hey, you should go there, you should go. No, it's like, oh, I suggest to, I don't know, I'm losing right now. I'm losing right now and I have 2 pads. Hey, which one do you suggest to go if I want to go to the Walmart? Well, I do not recommend you to take this pad, because this pad is really, it's dangerous. Like, there are bad people there, all right? But I suggest you to take this pad, because it is a larger pad, but it is the safest pad, all right? And that's what we're talking about, asking and giving suggestions. We're not talking about this part of should that we used to use that to that, no, or to give some recommendations, but we are talking about this word and specifically, and it's more than a thing that improves your vocabulary. All right. Then we have so, to, either, and neither. This thing is tricky. I'm gonna say why. Because we have to identify what kind of sentence are we using right now in that part. I mean, if I told you, I do not like, I don't know, I do not like math class, you can say, hey, I don't either. Like, we are using the same verb. I mean, if it says don't, well, in this case, either and neither is for negative. So if it says don't, we use don't to either or neither, all right? And if it says, hey, I'm into an English class. Oh, so am I. Like, we are using the verb to be. That's the thing. That's the need thing, all right? That we have to identify what kind of verb are we using, Like, hey, I don't know. I do play basketball, Oh, I do too. Like, we can use it in that moment because we are sharing the same verb in that part. If you are using do, we say something like if you are using to do like I do. And we can say something like I do too. I don't know. Me too. Like, no, sorry. Yeah. And in the other hand, if we say something like I don't like, I am not, we can say either or we can say neither. It depends of the moment, and we have some of examples. Like I don't either, I am either. Yeah, you can understand that part. And then we have type of music. Type of movies. Type of movies, it is also an easier topic. We have a same as music. We don't have as much as music have, but we have a lot of type of movies. Like, we have romance, we have drama, we have comedy, we have science fiction, we have horror movies, we have West movies, and what is special in each of these ones? All right, I cannot say about each of those that I just said, but like, an horror movie has something special, and an horror movie has to be something terrifying. It's like, oh, there is a dark window right now, and we are approaching so slowly. Then boom, scream in your face, like, and you will be like, oh no, no, or maybe some of the people will, like close its eyes, well, what do we have in a comedy? A comedy have something special that have to ending with an easy ending, with a happy ending. All right, that's a thing. It's a part of the structure of a comedy. It has to be funny, most of the part, but it has to ending with a happy ending. All right. What do we have with a comedy? Well, we have all of these Adam Sandler. I think Adam Sandler is like the great example of what does a comedy has to be, because it is funny to see, like Sunday you are on your couch and you are saying, oh, what should I put on my TV? Oh yeah, there is this movie of Adam Sandler, and then you start the movie and you were laughing a lot. Most of the time you will that and enjoying that part, but in the ending it always something wow, like it ends really happy, everybody is happy, everybody end really well. That's a thing of the comedy. All right. We will start with will, could, may, and might. All right, first we will start with will. What is will? A will is something spontaneous, but you are sure of it. What I mean with that? I'm sure that I will wake up in my bedroom tomorrow. It was easy, like I'm sure of it, like, oh, I study really harder for my math exam, so I'm really sure I will pass it. And that's the thing with will, okay? And then we have could. Could, it is a thing that it is a 50-50 %, okay? That it could happen, it could not. It depends on who knows. Like, I'm seeing the cloudies and those ones are so gray, and maybe I could say, it could rain later, like we should, take the clothes right now. Oh, and that thing, like, then we have may and might. Those ones does not really have a point % to like which one is like greatest, like, more probable to happen. That really doesn't have this thing, but it is used in the same context, okay? That it's something that it is really hard to happen. Like, I don't know, I may won lottery, that, lottery, that thing, like, oh, it might be sunny, it might be sunny tomorrow, but that thing is that as we are living right now, it doesn't really might to happen, but it might happen, okay? That's the thing. Then we have milestones. A milestone is a specific point in your storyline. What I mean with this is something special, and it depends to ourselves, okay? Like, what could be a milestone? Oh, I got promoted last week. Oh, that's a milestone, like, that's a great thing. Or maybe I won my first gold medal in my soccer competition. That's a great news, well, we get with that part eventually, but a milestone is something special that it depends to ourselves, okay? What is a milestone to me? It was like met my girlfriend, That's a really great milestone to me because it was a really special moment in my life that changed a lot of things. All right, then we have good news and bad news, okay? This thing is something funny because it is more like a vocabulary thing more than something like, something with rules, It is a way, I like to say that these kind of words or sentences are made to give some empathy, okay? Like, man, like I am with my brother, maybe, and I say, yo, I just passed my English class, and he will say, yo, that's nice to hear it, like, it is great to hear, it is nice to you, it's nice up to you, because I passed my English class. Well, I hope to pass it, but that's not the thing. Or maybe we can say a bad news, that it could be like, I've just lost my wallet, and I'm like, oh, homie, you know what? I forgot I've just, I forgot that you just lent me 200 pesos, like, I don't know, man, sorry for that, but I've just lost my wallet. And then your homie would say like, yo, that's so mean, like something bad, okay? And you can say something like that, it is to express empathy, because I mean, nobody says like, oh, I just won the lottery, and your homie will be like, yay. Oh, what? No, nobody says something like that. Everybody will be like, oh my God, congratulations, Or maybe it would be like, oh, I just lost my dog, I don't know what it is. And your homie will say like, oh, sad. No, I mean, no, nobody says that. Nobody says that. Everybody would say like, oh, sorry for that, and that, clap on your back. But that's other thing. Then we have infinitive on purpose. This is a neat thing, because a neat topic, because we are using infinitive. What is an infinitive? Using of to before after the verb. All right. And then we have this thing like, oh, well, like going to, like go to, like listen to, like play to, and we can say all these things that we use to that, but we can, we can add some neat things like, oh, I would like to be lighter, I'm going to join to the gym, all right? That could be an example, like it is nice, no? Oh, it could be something like, well, I want that bicycle, so I'm going to save some money can purchase that thing, okay? And that's the thing with the infinitive on purpose. It is this kind of, words with to that we're referring to, that you will do it. And at the last topic, we have personal goals. What is a personal goal? Well, a personal goal, it is something or somewhere that we want to be or get in the future. It doesn't have, a minimum time to can get it. No, nothing of that, none of that. But it depends to ourselves. Like, what is one of my personal goals? Well, I want to marriage with my girlfriend, How will I get it? Who knows? I don't know, but I want it. Or I want a Lamborghini. How will I get it? I don't know. But I want it, because it is a personal goal. It could happen in a couple of years, in a couple of weeks, in a few days. Who knows? But it is somewhere or something that we want to get or make eventually. And with this, we can ending this presentation. I hope I hope to be clear enough, and I hope my English was good enough to better score, but that's up to you, teacher. So thank you for listening to me, and see you later. Goodbye.